Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anna, and today we'll be doing a collection review. Today's collection is the brand new collection by Colourpop. We got a nice box full of goodies in here. And this is the Rosé All Day collection. So I got the entire collection to try out for you here to see, is this collection by Colourpop worth it, or is it just a pass? Now, before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. It helps me out a lot and lets me be able to create these videos. And if you like beauty and makeup, you are in the right place. So definitely consider subscribing. So let's get started. So I have the whole collection. It's all nicely packed into this box. I haven't touched anything, opened anything, looked at anything. So we're gonna pull this all out because I genuinely don't remember what is in this collection, because by the time it gets to you, it's been about 2 weeks since the collection even released. All right, so of course with every collection, it looks like we have a palette. This is the By the Rosé palette, and we'll be opening that in just a second. There are 3 Fresh Kiss lip lacquers to go with this collection. I do like the little boxing, the little packaging for these. It's really cute. It's got the little bubbles. I like the colors. We also have 3 Super Shock cheeks. So these are like pearlized blushes, and I really do like their blushes, so I was excited to get like 3 different ones in this collection. So we'll be trying those out. And then there is a Super Shock shadow. Actually, there's 2, I think, if I could open this little box. So there are actually 3 Super Shock shadows in this collection. I can open them. So there's 3 different shadows that we can try, and I'll definitely be putting at least one of them on the eye to go along with the palette. So we're gonna do a little bit of swatching, and then we're gonna do a makeup look, and then we'll talk about it at the end. So let's get started. Now let's check out the palette first, because who doesn't want to see the palette? So this is what it is. It's a very like light muted pink tone palette, which I have to say is not like my biggest color scheme, like my most favorite color scheme, but it is pretty, and I don't have a lot of light pinks in my collection, so I thought it'd be unique to me. So we have that, and here are the 3 colors we have for the lip lacquers. Again, more pink toned. We got a really dark one, a medium, and then a lighter, more neutral color. And I have never tried their Fresh Kiss lip lacquers, so I am keen to see how they look. I just hope this look matches my outfit, because I am wearing orange and we're going to do a pink look, but it's fine. All right, and then here are the 3 Super Shock shadows. So again, we have a darker one. This is the Sounds Grape, and this is a nice dark color. Very pretty. I really like that. And then we have the medium, brighter, more fuchsia pink, and this is At First Blush. Very pretty if you like a bright pink blush. That's very nice. And then here's the lighter one, a little bit more muted, a little bit more corally undertones, and this is called No Way. And that is what it looks like. Very pretty. And then, of course, the Super Shock shadows. Again, they follow a pattern. They have a very dark one, a medium, and then a very light. So this one is called Sundress, and that's a very, very pretty mauvey dark purpley pink color. This one's probably the darkest, being the most purple looking. At least in the pan it looks a bit more purple. The question is, how will they come out on the eye, because sometimes in the pan they look completely different. And then here's the lightest one, a bit more corally, and it's called It's a Vibe. Very pretty. This one matches my outfit probably the most. All right, so let's do a little bit of swatching now that I kind of showed you everything. It's going to be a lot of swatches, so hang in there. So we're gonna do the palette first, obviously, because I think that's probably, to most people, the most prominent, coolest thing in the collection. So of course I always go across and then down. So let's start with the first 3 shades. So this is Sparkling, Picnic Basket, and then Over Ice. These 3. So this is the first color in the palette. Oh my god, that's very light. You almost, I don't even know if you could see it on me. Can you? It's very close to my skin tone. And then here's the muted light pink. Oh my god, that's also, these are really light. And they're coming off very light. And then this is the third shade. Okay, there we go. There's some color. So that is the first row there going across. We have Sparkling, which is the very top one. Then we have Picnic Basket, and then we have this one, Over Ice. And Over Ice so far is giving the most amount of color. These are very light. So very, very light. Next, let's do the next three going across here. Hopefully we'll get a bit more color out of this. We have Sunday Soiree, Cheers Babe, and Effervescent. So here we go. Definitely a bit more color coming out. All right, here we go. The first shade in the second row. There we go. I like that shade. It's giving me pinky orange, which I like because I'm wearing an orange shirt. Then we have the next one, the Shimmer Shade. Oh, that's pretty. It's a bit darker than this one up here. It's like a darker version. And then we have another matte color. And that one's pretty. We're getting a bit more pigmentation, a bit more color here. So we got Sunday Soiree, we have Cheers Babe, and then we have Effervescent. So that's kind of what we got going so far. All right, so now let's do the last row, this one down here. We got a shimmer, a sparkle, and then a matte shade. So we got Ripe, we have Sweetness, and then we have Savor It. So these are probably the darkest shades in this palette, and I really like them. They're looking pretty. Let's swatch. That's called Ripe. Now we got Sweetness, which is the second shade. It's got some glitters in there, like that one as well. And then the very last one, which is Savor It. And there we go. That's definitely the darkest shade in the palette. As you can see, we start very light, almost to a point where I literally can't see them on my skin tone. I don't know if you could kind of see them. But oh my gosh, they are very, very light. To a lot darker, I will say I'm more of a darker eye color. These last couple are the ones calling my name and I'll probably use. So let's just take a look. So this is the palette swatched. That's kind of what it looks like. All right, and now I'm gonna wipe that off my arm and we're gonna swatch the Super Shocks and the cheek. All right, so I just wiped those off and they did stain a little bit, which is pretty common when there's a red base. They tend to stain a little bit, but that's fine. So we're gonna swatch the 3 Super Shock eyeshadows first. We're gonna start with the lightest, most corally color, and this is It's a Vibe. Swatch that very quick. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the shine in that. I don't know if you could tell. There's definitely like reflective glitter in it, and it is very pretty. I really like that. That's a beautiful color. Next, we have the darker pink tone, and this is the Sundress color. So this one's a bit more pink, whereas the other one we're about to see is a bit more purple. So let's watch that. As always, these feel like butter on the finger when you swatch. Take a look at that. So reflective, so shiny. Now let's swatch it. Oh wow, look at that. That color is so vibrant and so pretty. Oh, I really like that color. I thought I liked the first color, which I do, but that is just, and there, I don't know if you could tell, there's a bit of like an orangey undertone. I don't know if you could see it. I can definitely see it looking at it, but oh my gosh, beautiful. The Super Shocks, honestly, if you know nothing about Colourpop, or if you're a Colourpop fanatic, you know that like nothing compares to their Super Shocks. It's just, it's insane what they can do. And then we have the last one, which is the more purple tone, and this is called Lounging. And this is definitely like more purpley, maybe a gray undertone. Beautiful as always. And let's give her a swipe. And these swatch like Butter. Oh, that's beautiful too. Again, in the pan you can't see it, but there's definitely like an orange undertone. Can you tell? I mean, I can tell. But they're all beautiful. I think that middle one is just so vibrant, so pretty. But we'll figure out which one I'm going to put on my eyes later. I don't know. It's a toss-up. It could be any of them. I guess we're just going to have to find out what look we're going to do. So that is gorgeous. Take a quick look and just appreciate that beauty. All right. So now we have the Super Shocks. The Super Shock cheeks, and I do love it. Their blushes, they are really pretty, and you could either go very light with them or you could go very intense. So we're gonna start with the lightest shade, which is No Way, and I love the range because it definitely means people of all skin tone will find a blush that works for them. So let's swatch this one. This one's the lightest one, and oh, so buttery just when you swipe those. Look at that. It's on the middle finger, sorry. The other one's stained, but this one looks beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful blush color, especially for very, very, honestly, any skin tone, really. That intense coral color is just pretty on everyone. That's so gorgeous. I love it. You could honestly, with these, if you wanted to, you could probably put them in the eyes too, because they're that pigmented. And then we have the middle color, which is a bit more of that intense fuchsia pink color, and this one's called At First Blush. So let's swatch it. Oh, just the texture of these is insane. That feels like a very like Barbie pink to me. I don't know about you, but it feels very Barbie pink. And let's swatch that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a very bright, intense, if you want that intense, bright pink type of blush, that is a perfect blush for this. So pretty. Again, I think it can work on quite a lot of skin tones as well, which we love. And then the darkest shade here is a bit more on the purpley tone. Ooh, it looks like it's about to fall out because it's, you gotta push that back in. This is called Sounds Grape. Oh, these feel like, I wish my pillow feels like these because they're just so soft. And that's what it looks like. So let's swatch. Oh wow, that comes out a lot more like red than purple. Whereas in the pan, I feel like it looks a lot more purple. That looks a lot more like mid-tone pink, but very pretty nonetheless. I really like this. So these are the eyeshadows and these are the cheeks. Again, I really like, honestly, I'm very impressed with the blushes and the Super Shock eyeshadows. I'm more impressed than the palette kind of, which I think is why I initially decided to buy this collection, not because the palette stood out to me, but because the other items in the collection were things I didn't have and I wanted. So very pretty, very pigmented. Now let's wipe those off and we'll do the lips really quick. All right, so we have 3 lips. We have a more nude, we have a more pink, and then we have like a darker raspberry type color. So let's start with the lightest. This one's in called First Glass, and I have never tried their lip lacquers, so I'm keen to see what these look like. A nice doe tip applicator. Let's just swatch. Ooh, very glossy. That's it's more of a nude. There's a small pink undertone, but it feels very neutral, very neutral. And then we have this pink one, which is called It's On Me, and this is more of the mid-tone pink. They feel sticky on the arm, but I can't tell you how they'll feel on the lips. And that one's like, that feels like a very mid-tone, true dark pink. Very pretty, I like it. And then we have the last one, which is called Spritz Me. It looks very raspberry type, dark reddish in the tube, which this feels like more the most me color, but we'll see when we swatch. Ooh, very pretty. Yeah, a very like raspberry type of color. Very pretty. I do like them. I think the last one is definitely the most me. because I'm not big on pinks, and neutrals are fine, I like them, but I definitely gravitate towards a dark lip for sure. So that's the lip lacquers, and we'll see how they work on the lips. All right, so now that we've swatched, we can start on the actual makeup look. If you were just here for the swatches, you can sign out, but I implore you to stay for the makeup look because we're going to test how this actually wears on the face. And right now I have my foundation, my concealer, and my bronzer on. So we're going to start with the Super Shock Cheeks. We're going to figure out which one we want to use today. I think for me, I want to use the coral one, at least at first, to try it and see what we got going on. So we're going to take the lightest shade, the coral shade, No Way. And I like to just apply these with a brush and kind of build them up. And these ones are pearlized, so they do have some shine in it. So you could kind of use this as both a highlight or a blush at the same time. Because it'll give you that shine as well. So we're just gonna pack that onto the brush there, and then let's just dab, dab, dab. All right, yeah, we got some coming out. I also like to apply these with a finger. Some people don't know how to apply them because they're just so gosh darn buttery, and I get it, they are. So I just like to use a brush, and wow, that came out very pigmented. You can see the difference. I'm looking nice and rosy now. I really like this color. It feels very like a natural flush of color. Obviously there's that shine because it's pearlized. So it also, I don't have a highlight on right now, so it also gives me a bit of a highlight as well, which I like because I like to shine like a diamond. Oh, that's a very pretty color. I like that. That's very nice. A very toned down pink, very coralized. And I just pat that in until I feel good with the amount of color on there. So part of me, just to see, now this is a very I wouldn't recommend wearing two different blushes on each side, but we're gonna try the mid pink, the very bright pink, just because I'm curious. And this is at Blush Site. And then I want to just see, kind of show you the difference in colors. Oh yeah, that one you could see it's a bit brighter, and there you could definitely see more of a pinky than, like, this gives me very warm orangey tones. This gives me a lot more, you could build this up and look very like Barbie pink blush, which they're both gorgeous. They're both very pretty. But yeah, can you kind of see the color tone difference? I feel like you can, maybe you can. Because they do go on very diffused, which I like because sometimes it's very easy to put too much blush on too quickly, which is why I like how these work. Very diffused, very light, and you could just keep building. I'm kind of just gonna mix the colors at this point. I love it. Very stunning. I love their Super Shock face products. Their highlighters are amazing, and their blushes are definitely my go-tos. Like, I go straight to them. All right, we got some blush going now. And I think I want to take that very dark one and very lightly just kind of go over the tip of my nose just so we get all the colors on there. I'm just going to take a very small fluffy brush to do this with, and just very lightly because I don't want it to get too dark. Just kind of go over the nose. Oh, that's very bright. And I barely dipped my brush in there. Ooh, that might have been too bright. Now we're looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So this one's very pigmented. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is snowing right now, and it's like cold and freezing, so honestly, my nose being this red is not out of the ordinary for right now, because it's quite cold outside. And if that, I don't mind it. I'm not going to dim it down. I don't mind the red nose, but if it's too much for you, I just recommend taking your sponge or like your brush that you put your foundation on and just lightly going over it, and boom, it'll dissipate. But I'm just going to keep it like this because why not? I'm kind of loving the red-nosed reindeer look right now. So next, we're going to do the eyes, and we're going to go in with the palette, which I'm currently holding upside down. We're going to go in with the palette, and I'm going to get a bit closer to you so you can see what I'm doing on my eyeball. Hi, hello, how are you? I'm very close to you now. Please ignore my dry skin, especially my dry lips. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's winter and it's very cold here, and also I have put so much Aquaphor on my lips. It's not even funny. Anyway, we're gonna go in with the palette, and I think I'm gonna do a darker look. Using more of the orangey tones because obviously I'm wearing orange right now. I want it to kind of match, although pink and orange go together very nice. So I think I'm gonna take Sunday Rosé. This lighter, more neutral pink here, and I'm gonna use this as kind of my crease shade. And as I always say when I do collection reviews, I'm not going to do a look that's too crazy or too intense or too intricate, because I'm just showing you the colors, and so you could kind of see how they work on the eyes. So very quickly, I am going to put my eye base on, and this is just the Beauty Bay eye base, and I'm just going to put that on to just help the colors, because I do this regardless of what I'm wearing, whether I'm testing something or whether I'm just putting something on I already use. I always use a base, so that's how I want to test it, the way I would typically wear it. Alright, so we got a base going, and now I'm going to take that shade, that Sunday Soiree. We're just going to blend very lightly to see how it comes out. That's a pretty color. Very pretty. I'm just being very gentle. I think this is a very nice crease shade for this palette, especially a lot of people think you have to use like a brown or a neutral in your crease. No, you could use whatever color you want. I am using this one because I feel like this is going to be the lightest color I use, and I'm probably going to go darker with some of those darker shades, so I'm just patting this in very gently, and I think it's coming out very pretty. That's a very pretty pink tone. I like it. I like it. That's very cute. Alright, now that I have that crease transition shade in, I think we're going to darken it up with Effervescent. This one, kind of in the outer corner. Alright, so we're going to take that Effervescent, which is a slightly darker pink, and I want to kind of warm up that outer corner. And then we'll just take that very gently. I'm just like patting, and then I'm just going to gently bring it in, but not all the way in like I did the transition shade, just like halfway, like to that halfway point of my eye. I'm just dabbing it because I want it to be very pigmented, very dark, and I don't want to just, you could see the difference, just nicely lifted up that eye a bit. Very pretty. I think the shades work very well together. These two shades look very nice. Perfect. Just nice and simple, very pigmented. Now, I kind of want to take that Super Shock Shadow, the lightest one, this very corally one called It's a Vibe, and I'm going to take my finger because I think this is the best way to apply this. And I'm going to put that on the lid. Just gently with my finger, just patting it down on there. I was going to go darker, but then I decided not to. I was like, nah, I'll just use the lighter one. I'm just going to blend that in with my finger so that they all mix together nicely. Looks very nice. Very shimmery. That blends very nice. I like the bit of like orange with the pink. Looks very pretty. Alright, and now since I obviously want to use another color because I've just used 3, I'm going to take that darkest color called Savor, and I'm going to take a very angled brush, and I'm kind of giving myself a little eyeshadow wing because I'm actually allergic to liquid eyeliner, so I try not to use it. So I'm going to just darken up very lightly with a angled brush, just along the lash line in that corner there, and then slowly sweep it out into a very diffused liner. I'm not trying to get a really sharp wing or anything. I'm just kind of diffusing it a little bit so it looks like a wing, but not quite. You know what I mean? Do you already kind of see the little difference? Just to kind of lift that back corner. Like, it's very soft, it's very gentle, but like you can definitely see the difference. Just that soft, subtle wing with the slightly darker eyeshadow just opens it up. And then, you know what? For no reason whatsoever, I'm gonna take this shade, the Cheers Babe. It's kind of like a very pinky orange undertone, and I'm gonna very lightly kind of put it in the front half of the sparkles, just to lighten it up. Just make the shimmer more intense. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty palette, especially if you don't have these colors. I think it looks very nice. Now I'm going to take a clean angled brush, and I'm going to take Effervescent, that mid-tone pink we use, and I am going to drag it under the eye because I like to do the lash line, smoke it out a little bit. So we're going to do that. Kind of wish this came with an like an eyeliner for these colors, but I think they already have colors similar to this in eyeliners, and I'm sure I could find one in my collection that would match. I love the difference the under the lash line does. Some people don't like it. I do. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I am going to go find a eyeliner pencil to put in the lash line, and then I'm also going to go do the eyelashes really quick, and then I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I have thrown on some lashes. I put a very like light sparkly champagne color in the waterline, and I think we're ready to do the lips. And I did just re-exfoliate them again, so hopefully they look a little... I genuinely don't know which color to use. We have the really dark one, the mid pink, and then we have the neutral one. And I feel like the neutral one will probably look the best. So we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna try it. This is called First Glass, and I don't know if I should use a lip liner or not, but we're just gonna go for it, since why not? It has a sweet smell to it. I can't place it. It smells kind of like vanilla or like cupcake. And so let's just see how this goes. Okay. I like the color. Pretty. You could still see the dry patches on my lips. Sorry guys, it's winter, it's just how it is. I do think it matches the eye look very nicely though. I think this was a good color choice. It does feel very thick. I won't say it feels thick, sticky, but it feels thick. Like you could feel it on the lips. I feel like that's common for a lot of lip lacquers. It gives you that shine like a lip gloss, but it's thicker and it has more pigmentation than a lip gloss typically does. I still think you can see a bit of my natural lip color under it, but that's like, it's not a bad thing. I will say I'm not a big fan of glossy lips. It's just not my preference. I know a lot of people love glossy lips. Not me. But I will say it is pretty. I do like it. I do think it goes with this look. I feel very rosé right now. Very rosy, rose-colored rosé, if you will, because that's what the collection is. Very pretty, though. I do like it. I do think this is a color I don't do very often. I will say this like corally pink color. It's not something I normally do or normally lean towards. But I do think it looks very nice. I do think it's a very pretty warm color. Maybe great for like Valentine's Day coming up. I do love the blushes, that like wash of color. I put all of them on and I think they're all stunning. The eye colors, very pigmented. I do love the sparkle that Super Shock Shadow gives, as I'm like squinting so you can see it. I do think it's very pretty. It's a very pretty collection. It's good. It's fine. My overall review of this is the colors don't, in the palette, they don't do much for me. They're not really my colors. But I got this collection because of the other things. The lips interested me since I've never tried their lip lacquer, and honestly, I don't hate it. I think it's very pretty. I could see myself wearing it. The blushes, so pretty. I have a few Colourpop blushes and I wanted more because they're so pretty. They just give that nice little wash of color. And then, of course, the Super Shock shadows, you can never have enough of those. And I do think they're very pretty. I do like that orangey color, and I do think the other two were stunning and could make amazing looks. I do think this collection is worth it if you don't already have color similar to this. If you already have color similar to this, I wouldn't get it unless these are like your colors, like you love these colors, then I would get it. If not, I don't think it's really worth it. At least the palette, in my opinion. I always think the cheeks are very pretty though. I really like the cheeks. And if you don't have these lip lacquers, they are nice. I do like them. I do like how it dried down. It looks very nice. Anyway, that is the completed look. I definitely would say this isn't the most exciting Colourpop collection I've ever tried, but it's honestly not the worst. So I give it, for me, it's eh. But I do think the Super Shocks, the cheeks and the shadows, the Super Shocks are definitely worth it in this collection. They're very pretty. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I would love to hear your comments down below. Did you get this? Do you like it? Do you think it's a pass for you? I really want Colourpop to come out with something a bit more exciting. I haven't been excited by a Colourpop release in a while, so I would love to see something cool and different from Colourpop. But that's just me. Give this video a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you are not already subscribed, consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. It's just a click of a button and you could see more videos that I'm going to be coming out with soon. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day.